because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is Joe Pugh for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're here at the York Hall at Bethnal Green. Liam Davies, you've just been in the ring with your opponent for the first time for the 29th of July. Back and forths have kind of led back up to here where he's being interviewed, probably a few metres away from us. But first of all, in the ring, what was said between the two of you?
I just told him, come, smell the confidence on me. So I'm ready, and like I say, there's no way I lose this fight. And he's got the experience. He keeps saying he's got experience on me. He ain't won no bigger titles, and I've won in 13 fights, so I don't care. Just because he's got bashed up a few times, and he's had a few more fights against people that I'd beat in my sleep as well. It's tongue-in-cheek, and it has got a bit, not personal, but I got that bit between my teeth because I generally think he does need to be put in his place, and I understand he's got to come in and be confident, Annie. Do you know what I mean? That's part of the parcel, but he's going to come to Telford in a packed arena. Not that it matters with the fans there, but I'm not going to let my people down. I've sold a lot of tickets, as always. My third back-to-back headline in Telford, which you don't even get world champions doing, so I'm proud of that. And the only way I can give back and show my appreciation is knocking that man's stud over there clean out, and that's what I plan to do.
You said in your exchange that spilled over to up here that he's a hotel room number, let's get it on now. Is there any danger that it could become that personal, that there could be any antics tonight or later on before the fight?
He wants to hope not, doesn't he? Sort of bash him up. He ain't like that, so like I say, it's not going to go into that because we're going to get paid for it. I don't know what he's getting paid, but I'm getting paid a fat check. I'm going to make sure I collect that, mate.
Obviously, was the champion. He didn't lose those titles in the ring. That's what he said. He said, you need to fight him. Do you believe that you should fight him?
Anyone, every man, cat, dog knows I don't need him, do I? He's over the hill, done. I can go whatever way I want. I put myself in the position that I had a voluntary, but I don't pick. See, I leave that to my manager. So if anything, he wants to thank Errol Johnson for picking him, giving him a payday, and giving him not a chance, because he's got no chance, but a shot and one more dance under the limelight and on the big stage. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And like I say, this one I got a point to prove. My last two were on point. I done the nose injury and I done my hands with Baluta, so this one I'm looking to do a number on him, and I believe I will. This is the thing, like I don't mention, I spar super featherweights, lightweights, and I bust them up. I've had 2 sparring partners last week, bust up, gone. Do you know what I mean? Look at that skinny man over there. I'm going to hurt him, man. Trust me.
Have you sparred him? Because he seems to think you haven't. You said you sparred him in a shed. He's never sparred anyone in a shed. So
I don't know. I didn't say it's a shed. It's like a shed thing. I wouldn't make it up because it was years ago. Do you know what I mean? And it's irrelevant, innit? So I was like 17. I went up with a guy called Macaulay Owen, actually, and we sparred him and Louis Norman. It was in like a garage thing. I've been there before. It's Jay Shinfield or something the coach was called. Louis Norman was there. I ain't messaged him to try and say it. Do you know what I mean? It don't really matter to me, but I know what happened. I remember. Maybe you don't remember because it was nothing, or maybe it was the Tete 1-2 that fucking scrambled his brain, but I don't know what's gone on. But it happened, do you know what I mean? Happened many years ago, and it's irrelevant. Look, all that matters is the 29th, the weekend that marks 12 years since my late great granddad Brian passed away, and anyone that thinks I'm going to turn up to there 12 years on the Sunday morning with no belts, fucking delusional.
He said that you would have had the same outcome if you'd have fought Zolane Tete that night. Just your response to that?
He's got to think that, hasn't he? I've never been knocked out in my life, and he's got to think that. Like say, they all say they're going to do this, that, and the other, but I just believe I say it with tongue in cheek because obviously he got done for roids, and I do agree it's wrong and he shouldn't be in the sport. So, but if you watch his last fight, very, very on edge, and he just can't be like that around me. Trust me, he's going to struggle.
Last one, 6-7 weeks out. How do you picture this fight going?
I'm going to knock him out. I'd got the T-shirt at 12 rounds. Hand on my heart, I'm going to knock him out. And like I say, either way, like I just said to you, 12 years on the Sunday, I'm going to go there with all the belts, take his belt to see my granddad, and move on to the next one.
Listen, Liam, thank you very much for being to IFL TV, and best of luck. July 29th.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt rings.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,